coming over much, hasn't been contacting much. She's going through a phase, I think, that young teenager, I know it all phase. I got it all figured out, but she'll come around because reality is reality, facts are facts, and she's gonna see eventually one day, hopefully, that her dad is here for her, and her dad knows what he's talking about, and she needs to come to me, and she needs to build a better relationship with me so I can actually help her, and guide her, and do the things like I'm supposed to do as a father. You have to be a guide. You have to be that force that tells them what path you took, the wrong path you took, the right path you took. That's what a parent's for. Get them been through life, and now you can explain everything. Now you can not everything, but now you can explain, the wrong ways and the right ways. At least to a degree. We're only parents, and none of us are perfect. We have to do our best. We have to do our best. We have to be an opportunist parent. And every opportunity that you get to provide some kind of to provide some kind of intervention and say, look, this is the wrong way, this is the right way, this is what I've been through, and this is what we have to do as parents. We have to be their guidance. We have to be the people that they depend on for information and love and direction. And things are gonna come around. Beyond that, things are doing well so far. It feels good. It feels good. So I would have to end this series with, no matter what you go through in life, it's gonna beat you down one way or another. Most likely, for people like us, at least, for the people here down here at the bottom, the working class folk, it's gonna beat you down. It's gonna fuck you up. What we have to learn, I think, is that there's good in the world and then there's bad in the world. You have to understand these two things, and you have to balance them, and you have to get the fact that you're not gonna get rid of the bad. It's gonna come. Prepare yourself for it. Get ready for it. Get ready for the fucking heinous shit that's gonna come your way. Fucking own it. We don't all have to be victims. We are survivors. Even if you're not 100% yet, you're still a survivor. You're pushing through it. Do not be a victim. Don't let yourself be a victim to anything. Be a survivor of it. Be stronger than it. And don't let it define you. We all got good in us. We all got bad in us. Life is about balance. Everything is about balance. So learn that balance. Find your strengths. Find your weaknesses. Balance them. You want a relationship? You don't want to get with somebody that's like you. Find an opposite. Somebody that's going to consolidate your fuck ups, and you can consolidate their fuck ups, and you can balance. It's all about balance. Please remember that. Balance, balance, balance. We have to balance ourselves.
Jackie, what's good?
Don't be afraid of this life. Own this shit. You're gonna get beaten down. You're gonna get hurt.
I did what I said I was
When I was a young boy, people hurt me.
And just
did some things to me that I'll never
let my
forget.
series roll out.
I don't feel like a victim. I survived it. And fuck them. I usually don't wish this on anybody that motherfucking kicked rocks and fucking the way he treated me. I put that on my Patreon, that whole story. I didn't want it out there yet. We have to be there for each other. And like I said, when I saw Mike, my stepdad, laying on that hospital bed from his overdose, it hit me. How much we affect each other by the way we treat one another. This is why I named this the butterfly effect. It's like dominoes. Stay strong. Stay a survivor. Never be a victim, and stand up. You're gonna be alright. Much love to each and every one of y'all, and I appreciate y'all watching the series. ManikAsylum. Peace out, y'all.
See, madness, as you know, is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Right through me, the clever, subdue me, the tabloid, untie me, I'm empty, please fill me, Mr. Anchor, usher me, that Baghdad is burning, your voice it is so soothing, that calling mantra of killing, I need you, my witness, to twist this up so bloodless, to know me, yeah, purge me now of thoughts of blaming you, yes, the car is a wheelchair, my weakness, your coffin, only silence, not the legless, want to travel now with coffins on the corner, the jury sleepless, we found your weakness, and it's right outside the door, now testify, now testify, it's right outside the door, now testify, let's testify,
Bitches.
it's right outside the door.
That it is. That it is.
With precision, you feed me, my witness. I'm hungry, your temple, it calls me, so I can carry on. My slaving, sweating, the skin right off my bones on a bed of fire. I'm choking on the smoke that fills my home. The wrecking ball is rushing, witness, you're blushing. The pipeline is gushing, while here we lying too. While on the corner, the jury sleepless. We found your weakness. And it's right outside your door, now testify. Yeah, testify. It's right outside your door, now testify. Now testify. And it's right outside your door. Who controls the past now? Controls the future? Who controls the present now? Controls the past? Who controls the past now? Controls the future? Who controls the present now? Now testify! Testify! Let's right outside the door, now testify! Testify! Let's right outside the door!
We should do this again sometime.
Precipitate in your heart. What the fuck is up, you buttercup? Perk in that blunt, smoking suicide, bloody blood. Pussy boy, you talking shit on Twitter. It ain't adding up. How these pussy niggas moving day to day? I had enough. Post with that fucking blade, bitch. I
Manic Asylum. If you missed part 1, here's where we left off. Once I got out of prison, I made that phone call to my ex, and I said, listen, I'm out, feeling great, I've been working out, feeling fit, things are good, I got good plans ahead. And she just said to me, all of a sudden she found another man, and that's what it was. And I was like, kind of pissed off, because it was like, damn, you're gonna leave me high and dry, I don't even got a fucking place that. Sorry, I turned thing. This one tells a lot more about myself. This is more like a Manic Asylum kind of documentary type thing. See, nobody's going to make a documentary of me. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to wither away and die one day. And there's no behind the music for Manic Asylum. There's nobody that's gonna make a documentary for me, so I have to tell my story, and that's what I chose to do. I chose to tell my story, and that's what I'm here doing. And who don't like it, fuck it. Alright, welcome to Chapter 4, where I do a much better job of pounding myself in the dirt than anybody else could have ever possibly even attempted. I'll give you a rundown real quick. If you had missed the previous chapters, I'll give you a very, very short rundown. I was born to a woman. She was 18 years old. She had me. A man that was 25-ish, 26-ish. And my mother was not mother material. She was still out in her partying days, and my father was a heroin addict. 4 years later, after he left my mother, he contracted HIV from injecting heroin and hepatitis and all that good stuff, and died. I never talked to him. I never met him. My mom pawned me off to my grandmother, my great-grandmother. Very authoritarian parents. They did not let me do shit. So basically I was stuck in my room with the very, very small amount of toys and shit I had to do. So I threw myself into music, MTV, music videos, radio and whatnot. I did my fair share of being my own DJ and mixing cassette tapes off the radio. So you could say I was raised by music, and later on in life I was raised by the peers that weren't such a good idea for me to be rocking with. Now, moved down to my grandmother's house finally with my mom, my stepdad. My mom was a goddamn sociopath, a narcissistic personality disorder, possibly bipolar. I'm not a psychiatrist, these are just assumptions. Borderline personality, whatnot. It'll be covered in the other chapters, what happened in between these times. Here on Chapter 4, I am talking about me and what it has done to me and how I came through it and whatnot. So like I said before, I was raised from the age of, I don't know, fucking 1, maybe 2, till the age of 11 or 12 by my great-grandmother, and I was in a fucking prison living with her. She was authoritarian. She didn't let me do shit, you know. She didn't let me do shit. She didn't like to let me go outside because of that. She didn't like for me to have friends. So that was like a feeling of being in prison. Once I moved out with my mother and my stepfather, things changed drastically for me in my childhood. I was around nothing but alcoholism, drugs, pills mostly. and nothing but fighting and turmoil in the household. I am not the only one that had to go through this. It was my sister as well, which is potentially why we were so close yet so far. I spent my days living with my mother and my stepdad, just basically partying, staying the fuck away from that house. I had a group of friends that I went over to, and these group of friends weren't exactly friends. They were quite shallow. They were very unempathetic. I mean, when I would go over there, I would have a lot of problems at my house, and I would break down often, and I would even come and try to talk to these people, and like, they're supposed to be my friends, you know, and they're like, I just don't want to hear it, it's depressing, it's too negative, I don't even want to talk about it. But I needed somebody to talk to at that point. So these were kind of like shallow people, but I needed a place to get away from my home, so you know, these are the kind of situations I ended up in. So I spent most of my time partying and getting fucked up, and obviously that wasn't my only group of friends. I had plenty of other groups of friends that were either drug dealers or fucking doing this or doing that earlier on in life, and I ended up running around with the wrong crowd. Eventually, I met this woman, and we ended up getting together. We moved out, we got into our own place, and our place was pretty much the party house. It was where we would just fucking hang out and party. That's basically what your first home is. That's the fucking the party crib. I remember nights where shit just got completely out of control, and it was absolute insanity. I was getting pretty bad into drugs on and off, and eventually I just went pedal to the metal on opiates. That was my mother's drug of choice, my grandmother's, my aunt's, and that's what my biological father's was opiates, and my stepfather OD'd on heroin. So opiates was kind of our always the drug of choice of the family. It's a fairly heirloom, if you will. So I moved out with this woman, and then we ended up getting together, and she wasn't supposed to have kids. She told me she was a doctor. The doctor told me that she would never be able to have kids. 5 years of us going at it straight up, no protection, whatnot, no birth control, nothing. And then after one day, just pops up, she's pregnant. I'm like, alright, okay, this is a fucking bad idea. We are broke, we don't have the money, we're not stable, I don't have a good job, you don't have a good job, we're not making enough money, let's not do this is a fucking bad idea. I am against abortion. I don't feel like it's, I'm against abortion in the way that it's like, that's kind of grotesque the way they go about it. It's like, but I'm not against abortion in the way that we live in a real world. We have to look at reality, and we have to say, alright, is it a good idea or a bad idea here to do this? You know, I mean, a woman could always have the baby and then decide she didn't want to keep it and give it up for adoption, and she won't have to pay child support or anything like that. She can just give it away. You know, a father, you know, we're kind of here, and we all of a sudden we owe money to our Miss Independence. You know, they claim independence, they claim they don't need no man. Now, you know, just to clarify, I'm very happy that we have our kids now, but at the time, it was a fucking horrible idea. Horrible. I was a good father. I took care of my kids. There were times I went to prison. I did go to prison. I had a lot of mental issues growing up. I had a drug addiction. So there were times that I was not able to be there.
Sorry about the echo, guys. I just realized it.
And in between the time of me moving out on my mother's and me going to prison, there was a lot of heinous shit in between. And again, these are things that I don't want to talk about on YouTube, so I will put an uncut version of my Patreon like I did about my molester. Now, basically what I'll do is I'll break down all the heinous shit that I did and all the fucked up mistakes that I made, and kind of break it down to you and show you how much of a piece of shit I really was. Once I got out of prison, I made that phone call to my ex, and I said, listen, I'm out, feeling great, I've been working out, feeling fit. One time in the house, dropping a dono, appreciate you, dog. Much love, man. Feel free to call in, come up in the chat, whatever. Appreciate you one time. There's some random people don't knowing. Much love. Much love. Thank you very much. Good plans ahead. And she just said to me, you know, all of a sudden she found a man, and this guy's what it was. And I was like, kind of pissed off because it was like, damn, you're gonna leave me high and dry. I only got a fucking place to go. Now I gotta go back to my psycho moms and deal with her bullshit. I mean, now, in hindsight 2020, it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. God knows where I'd be right now had I still been with her. I mean, we were in a relationship that was not mutual whatsoever. We weren't exactly a match, and it's not a relationship I wanted to be in at all. And after, you know, all the things that we went through, I'm sure it wasn't a relationship she wanted to be in. But luckily, it did not come back together, and thankfully, because I found a great woman, a great wife that is supportive of me, that cares, that loves me, and helps me through the things that I go through, whether it had been relapse or whether it had been anything. She was there to help, not condemn me for it. And that's what we need as addicts and people that are going through things. And so I went back to my mother's house. I got into a disastrous relationship with a young girl, and because she was of the younger age, she was probably in her 20s, early 20s. She was into the bullshit too, so I had gotten in all kinds of issues with her. I had gotten arrested, I got jumped, somebody got stabbed. I went to jail right after getting out of prison. I got out, came back to mom's, and I got a phone call from my ex saying, hey, listen, there's a lot of shit that I got to do, you know. I'm trying out this new thing with this business, with this transport business, and I need somebody to watch the kids. I don't have to pay for it when I come down and do it. I was like, fuck yeah, are you kidding me? I can deal with my kids every day and get the fuck away from my mom's house. Are you kidding me? Absolutely, let's do this. So I get down there, and she was okay. I picked up a web design job. I was making a little bit of money. I was a little bit short, unfortunately. As time went on,
oh shit, I got an echo again, sorry.
Son, sitting on the stair steps in this apartment complex. There were some boys outside playing. My son's like me, he's a recluse. He's not very sociable, usually. I was like, Miles, why don't you go over there and talk to those boys and tell them that you're new around here or whatever, and say, nice to meet you guys, you know, what, this and that, whatnot. Can't remember exactly verbatim what I said, but he was like, alright, fuck it, and he went over there to talk to them, and he made friends with them, which was cool. Eventually, they wanted to stay the night at their house, and I had to meet their mother, or their parents rather, at this point, and come to find out it was a single mom. So I had met, eventually, I had crossed paths and met with their mothers, and they said, hey, this is my mom, this is Miles and Cicely's dad. I said, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I actually stumbled in some of my words because she was so gorgeous. She was absolutely beautiful woman. We started talking, and I laid everything out for her. I told her everything about my past. I told her I was a drug addict. I told her I had been to prison. You know, I told her all those things, but I told her also, you know, things are changing for me. I want to be a better man, you know. So I told her everything about me because I thought she was beautiful. I thought she was a good woman. I thought she seemed like a very nice woman, a very caring, understanding person. And I was right. Eventually, we started hanging out more, and we got together. So I'll stop it there for now. So what do you guys think about my I can definitely relate. Yes, I can definitely relate. What do you guys think about my video editing skills? Do you think I could step it up a little bit? I mean, I've only got like basic editing stuff, you know. I'm trying to do like the best I can with them. I haven't done one for a while. I was wondering if my wife was in here. You guys like my light? That shit is dope, right? Here, I'll put it on full screen for you. That shit is dope. Alright, we're back on full screen. Fuck it. We're doing it. We're doing it live. We're doing it real. Fuck it. Alright, damn it. Let me pull the chat back up. That's the only thing that sucks about the Streamlabs OBS. Is you gotta like, you have to refresh it and shit to get the chat back up and the viewer count. I want to say thank you for the donators. I appreciate it. My editing skills are fine. Thank you. I appreciate that. I want to say thank you for the guys who donated. I don't know who you are personally, but that's a good look. What am I doing here? Oh, that's right. Alright, there we go. We're back on chat. So, does anybody want to call in before we cash out for this evening? Anybody want to call in? Does anybody have anything to say? Do we want to get down to the bottom of shit? What's poppin'? Where's my viewer count? The Wise, are you still with us, bro? Come on, damn it. There we go. Interesting. What is this? That must have been my first stream. Alright, so I'm trying to figure this out real quick. I'm trying to get this shit. Alright, I'm gonna copy this. I gotta get some more pictures on my computer. You like that song? You wanna hear it? I'll bang that shit. I just threw some pictures of me up like a damn narcissist. Where's that track at? Mic check, 1, 2, what?
What do you do when life gets too hard for you? Shed tears, or is that too hard for you? I'm just a man, reflection of my family, meaning you ain't gotta have one to understand me. I got kids, I got friends, only difference between me and you is I don't care about this Benz. I care about Will, he was dying and he needed me. I care about the Grammy they gave Missy, they cheated me. But they cheated Drake, they cheated Justin Bieber. Guess America don't like Canada, we some fucking heathens. Game King watch his mouth, that's why his daddy beat him. Same mouth made him millions and now his daddy need him. Finally got a black president, look at how they treat him. Kids starving in Africa, why only Oprah feed him? What happened to the music that I know? I miss it, you too, I guess we feel like Bono.
StudioLeaks.info.
Living, the dead, these Dre beats, my head, my life, featuring Wayne, that was Jason, this is game, adjacent to the fame, ain't chasing the damn thing, so tonight, let all of your pain be champagne. I can't tame my killers, but I can tell them chill. I might give you a pass, depending how I feel. The bipolar bear, they say the end of the world is coming. I know it's here, cause California cold as shit. Detox, red.
I'm charged tonight.
Dead, kill him softly like Lauryn Hill. Skinheads going crazy cause a nigga in a foreign wheel. We all born to die, some of us born to kill. If that don't wake you up, I hope tomorrow morning will.
The day when I roll up in the parking lot and have people coming up to me for a photograph of this shit I talk about. Yelling, can I get an autograph? Alabama so proud that we just can't wait. Congrats on the shady deal. Any news on the release date? I tell them what I can, shake another hand, sign another autograph, it's cool. Got fans getting inked up, dedicated to me, I love you too. Got 3,000 sold, the spirit of rock and roll. Long barrel 38 loaded on John Wayne and Geronimo. So I don't really know what's got some of these pussies panties in the bar. Cause I never done shit, but get better. I believe in the God. And leaving my mom at 15 with a dream and a cross. A cross that I didn't see till I was nailed to it. But believing it all, that I could ever be accepted the way that I saw it. I mean, I knew it would be hard, but really, come on, y'all. Oh, I'm a redneck? Fuck it, tatted on my neck. I'll sip high life when we can at the Grammys. Now add that to my rep, bitch.
That's my fucking jam right there, man. I love that fucking song. I love that track. Speaking of which, don't forget to subscribe. Oh, I changed.
Hell motherfucking yeah. This one goes out to my nigga Mike Cooley. Hell yeah. Boom with thuggin', heartless and mean, mugging at 16 on the scene, watch the beans bugging. Kicking up dust with the older G's, soaking up the game that was told to me. I ain't never touched a gas that I couldn't shoot.
Check, check. Check, check. Can y'all hear the music? I got some tracks on here you probably like. None of my tracks, really. Hey, Jackie. Have you heard the song that I made for my sister? After she died? And do you want to hear it? I be forgetting shit. I might have let you hear it a long time ago, but I be forgetting shit. You have heard it? And then one of them was hard being black. You have heard it or you want to hear it? Can you hear the music in the background right now? It's different. That track is different, that's for sure. Can't hear background? Okay. I'll play it again. If I could find it. There it is.
Now I'm looking up at the sky, teary-eyed, crying to the moonlight. I never said goodbye, just let my angel fly. I said I'm ready to die, but I ain't never in my life thought I'd see your demise. I'm on my knees bleeding. Why? Why? Breathe, breathe. Why? Heart bleeding ain't no reason. I don't believe it, won't believe it, must be dreaming, right? Tell me I'm dreaming, you ain't leaving, right? My soul's screaming for your eyes and your smile, your heart and your cry, cause you're a queen, baby girl. I hope you're looking down on me now. I hope you're looking down on me proud, cause I'm a pound on them now. You broke rain down on them now. No choice in it, baby. Every verb, every noun, they gon' feel your heart beating. Every word, every sound, till they drown in your beauty and your love and your smile. You know I'm singing to you right, baby girl. You know it bring me to my knees at night. I grieve, I fight, I seek the light. In the dark is so dark, cold hearted, tear the world apart. Good Lord, have mercy, let the world depart.
You got your phone?
Yeah, it's my phone. Say I love you, Aunt Sage.
Let me say.
Oh, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
Now I'm looking up at the sky, teary-eyed, crying to the moonlight. I never said goodbye, just let my angel fly. I said I'm ready to die, but I ain't never in my life thought I'd see your demise. I'm on my knees bleeding. Why? Why? Breathe, breathe. Why? Heart bleeding ain't no reason. I don't believe it, won't believe it, must be dreaming, right? Tell me I'm dreaming, you ain't leaving, right? I'm bringing you to life. Every time they see my face, they hear my voice. The spirit reappears in force. White horses and carriage carry you to the forest. You're the storm swarms that pours on them, never remorse. And it's a cold world, baby. Now that you're gone, I go to war with it, baby. Soar with it, baby. I'll forever mourn for you, baby. Let the mother angels know your brother's gone for it, baby. Goodbye to the only man that ever bothered to call me son. I look up to the sky, my only sister, the fallen one. I saw the sun rise, I thought how beautiful all it was. And with alongside, I said it's time that it's all enough. We suffer through it all, we gotta play that the hand is dealt. And try to never dwell on that which we can never help. I never felt so heartbroken, I feel the rain fall. Good Lord, I never wanted to feel this pain low.
And I hope you hear your brother when I say that everything that I do, every accomplishment I make, every victory I celebrate will be in the honor of the beautiful young woman that you had become, the intelligent and charming baby sister you always were, and the absolutely amazing woman that you would undoubtedly grow into. I love you.
Now I'm looking up at the sky, teary-eyed, crying to the moonlight. I never said goodbye, just let my angel fly. I said I'm ready to die, but I ain't never in my life thought I'd see your demise. I'm on my knees bleeding. Why? Why? Breathe, breathe. Why? Heart bleeding ain't no reason. I don't believe it, won't believe it, must be dreaming, right? Tell me I'm dreaming, you ain't leaving, right?
Yeah, man, that was a tough one to make, you know. And you know what? With that track, I started off with that track being like uh, a real like soft track. You know what I mean? Like I miss you and all that, and goodbye and all that. And I felt like I heard my sister whisper in my ear, "Stop being a bitch and write a song." Like write something heavy, write something hard, write something just angry. Lay your anger out. So I did, you know what I mean? And it turned out better than I expected. You know what I mean? It turned out a lot better than I expected. So, you know, there's that. You know, R.I.P. to Sage. R.I.P. You know. Here's a picture. Beautiful, beautiful young lady. Absolutely beautiful young lady. 18 years old, gone. Just like that. You know how many car accidents I've been in and that I've walked away from? And it's like one, and she's gone. It's unbelievable. Unfucking believable. But such is life, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It leaves you wordless. It leaves you without words to say. If anybody wants to call in, there's the number. Yes, R.I.P. Sage. Thank you. I worked hard on that song. I worked hard on that track. I worked for about a week on that track because I didn't know what I wanted to put out. You know, I didn't know what kind of track I wanted to put out. Well, I think I will end this with the last part of that I was starting off with in the first place. What is going on with this? I'm freezing up here. I'm going to end this with part 2 of the one I just played. You don't have to stick around and watch it, but I'm going to end this with part 2. And if you guys stick around, you guys stick around. Much love. If I can get it to play, because this is acting like ridiculous. There we go.
I don't even got a fucking place to go. Now I gotta go back to my psycho moms and deal.
So this is about me getting out of prison. This one's about me leaving prison and not knowing what the fuck to do once I get out of prison. So that's pretty much where this is heading. Alright, ManikAsylum, if you missed part 1, here's where we left off. Once I got out of prison, I made that phone call to my ex, and I said, listen, I'm out, feeling great, I've been working out, feeling fit, things are good, I got good plans ahead, and she just said to me, you know,
Just a little background. This is the first concert that I ever went to was Pantera. That's why I put Asylum. If you missed part 1, here's where we left off. Once I got out of prison, I made that phone call to my ex and I said, listen, I'm out, feeling great, I've been working out, feeling fit, things are good, I got good plans ahead. And she just said to me, all of a sudden she found another man, and that's what it was. And I was like, kind of pissed off, because it was like, damn, you're gonna leave me high and dry. I don't even got a fucking place to go. Now I gotta go back to my psycho mom's and deal with her bullshit. I mean, now in hindsight 2020, it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. God knows where I'd be right now had I still been with her. I got a phone call from my ex saying, hey, listen, I need somebody to watch the kids. I don't want to have to pay for it. We want to come down and do it. I was like, fuck yeah, you kidding me? I get to be with my kids every day and get the fuck away from my mom's house? Are you kidding me? Absolutely, let's do this. As time went on, I was out talking to my son, sitting on the stair steps in this apartment complex. There were some boys outside playing. My son's like me, he's a recluse. He's not very sociable usually. I was like, Miles, why don't you go over there and talk to those boys and tell them that you're new around here or whatever, and say, nice to meet you guys, you know, what, this and that, whatnot. Can't remember exactly verbatim what I said, but he was like, alright, fuck it. And he went over there to talk to them, and he made friends with them, which was cool. Eventually, they wanted to stay the night at their house, and I had to meet their mother. Eventually, I had crossed paths and met with their mothers, and they said, hey, this is my mom, this is Miles and Cicely's dad. I said, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I actually stumbled in some of my words because she was so gorgeous. She was absolutely beautiful woman. We started talking, and I laid everything out for her. I told her everything about my past. I told her I was a drug addict. I told her I had been to prison. You know, I told her all those things. But I told her also, you know, things are changing for me. I want to be a better man, you know. So I told her everything about me. I thought she was a good woman. I thought she seemed like a very nice woman, a very caring, understanding person. And I was right. Eventually, we started hanging out more, and we got together. Alright, there's your quick, vague, short recap of part 1. Now I'll leave a link up here in the top right hand corner of your screen if you want to check out part 1. And let's get into part 2.
Bitches.
You know, so I told her everything about me, and I was right. Eventually, we started hanging out more, and we got together. I would stay at her house often. They lived right across the way from where we lived. One day, I went back to my ex's after spending the night over there, and for some reason, she just fucking lost her marbles. She said I was disrespecting her house for some apparent reason. I think one of her bullet points was that I had put cigarettes out on the wall, on the outside of the building, on the concrete wall, which is, I guess, disrespect to her home. I mean, this is an apartment complex, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? You ever sit on the steps in an apartment complex, and, you know, it's over there by the bushes, and you go right behind the bushes and put out a cigarette? Come on, man. Basically just, you know, what the fuck are you talking about? I literally furnished that apartment. That apartment was empty when I first got there. I furnished it. I got it all for free, but I furnished it. I'd helped her furnish the house. I was trying to do a good thing, you know. And at this time, she was also staying with her boyfriend at the time. So a lot of the time she wasn't even home. You know, it was me taking care of the kids. Everything you see in the background there, I furnished. I got it for the place. That fucking place was empty. The thing that Miles is holding, I bought him with that job I got. That web design job, it's a Kindle Fire. It had just came out and he wanted one so bad, and I got it for him. That's a picture of me taking it for him. But everything in there, you know, it wasn't perfect, but I tried to help. I tried to furnish the house. I tried to do what I could. She had a child by another man that didn't want anything to do with the kid, and I helped raise that kid for the time that I was there. Once I ended up getting with Roxy, my wife, you know, she's got
twins and 2 boys, and I got Miles and Cicely. I mean, it'd be insane for, it'd just be too much, to add one more to that, and it's not my child. And there was a point where she suggested that I was obligated somehow to take care of this child that wasn't mine. So round and round we go. I mean, we're all adults here. We got to understand how life works. At some point, there's got to be some kind of recourse. At some point, there's got to be some kind of rational thinking along the lines that says, okay, this is what it is. Let's be real about this. And some people got to, do what they got to do, I missed that little girl, and I'm sorry that I had to step out, but luckily she was young. She barely even remembers me. So if she was an older child, it would have been a different story. I would have had to have worked her in, because that's too much. But we're talking about the age of 2 years old, maybe 2.5. I mean, I had to move on, and I had to take care of my family, which in total is 7 fucking kids. You know what I mean? Roxy's twins from her previous, her 2 boys from her previous, my 2 from my previous, and our 1 together. You know what I mean? So life goes on. We got to keep it moving. That's her kid. And I'm here to be here for my kids, and I want to be here for my kids. And for some reason, I seem to be the bad guy, and it's not the fucking asshole that's not even fucking calling to talk to his kid, not even fucking making an attempt to be around his kid, to see his kid. But I'm the fucking bad guy, right? It's irrationality on a whole different, it's cognitive dissonance personified. You know what I mean? It's insane. But yeah, I did everything in my power to help out there, and the thanks I got, but what are you gonna do? I was trying, damn it. So we got into this big huge argument. She got physical with me. I had to restrain her. I had to tell her to calm the fuck down. She women sometimes get these silly ideas in their head that they can just do whatever. I mean, sometimes you gotta calm them down because they just go off the rails. I told her, listen, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm done with this shit. I've tried to help you. I've watched the kids for you. I've helped furnish the house. I've bought thousands of dollars worth of groceries because I had an EBT card from before I went in that had been stacking up and stacked. That was back when you can stack money on those things. I gave her all of it, stocked her entire house with food, and I had nothing at this time. I had no job, no solid job, I had no car, I had no license, no money, I had nothing. You know what I mean? I had literally just gotten out of prison, and I was starting over. So I was starting from complete scratch. So we got into this argument, and I went to my new girl's house, and I was like, listen, I just got into a big huge argument with her, and I gotta get out of there. And she was like, all right, well, fuck it, move in. And we talked about that for a while, and eventually I was like, all right, let's do this, let's move in, let's take the step. And we moved in together, and the rest is history. We ended up getting married. We ended up having another child, and she's a great woman, and I'm beyond happy with her. Now in days, I barely speak to my mother of my first 2 kids. She doesn't keep me involved in anything. There is no push for my daughter to see her father. There's no push because I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos, but I talk about how important it is to have a stable mother and a stable father and a unit in the family. All right, to kind of balance one another out, and she doesn't have that. She just has that one end of the spectrum. I know how this is going to turn out, and it's going to turn out ugly. And my son is great. My son, he comes over and stays with me. He calls me, we hang out. I have a great relationship with my son, but my daughter, until she comes around and realizes that her father is her biggest ally and is here to help her with anything and everything, she's just gonna keep going down a shitty road. Not to say she necessarily is now, but I mean, she's got no guidance, and when I do sit down to talk to her regarding, help guiding her and kind of explaining how things are, I can almost see it in her eyes, the things that are being told to her by her mother or her other people around her. Like, I can almost see it. Like, she doesn't even, it goes in one ear and out the other. Like, this guy doesn't matter, he's a man, or he's my father, he's just a nobody, and a lot of women have that idealism these days, and it makes it hard for us dads to kind of be what we need to be for our children. But beyond that, things are good. I love my wife. I love my kids. Life is good. I'm happy, and right now I'm just working on making my videos and cranking my videos out, because if it kills me, because I feel like I have something to offer. I have plenty of experience. I'm able to articulate it well. I'm able to create a good dialogue, and I want to talk about some real life shit that is really going on, and I can only tell it from the perspective of my own, and you can take that for what it's worth.
Refrigerators, leaky faucets, all that masking tape is gone to waste.
Alright, well, I think I'll end it there. I mean, we only got 2 people in here, which is odd. I usually get some more people in here. Maybe tomorrow night we'll get some more folks in here. But I do definitely appreciate you, Jackie, stopping through. And DeWise, I got a count of 2 people. DeWise, if you're still in here, salute to you, brother. And you know, it means a lot to me that people come in and spend time with me and shit, and listen to my stories and whatnot. And it really helps. It's very therapeutic. So you know, I don't get a whole lot of that from my family. My wife, yes, you know, but beyond that, you know, I get, you know, it's hard taking care of so many kids, you know what I mean, because they get the wrong idea about you. So, but beyond that, I really appreciate you guys. I was about to say that. Good. That's right. She's my yin to my yang. She is completely opposite of me. And take it from me. Let me move this. Take it from me right now. You do not want to be with somebody that is like you. You want to find somebody that is the opposite of you, so you can kind of contribute to one another. You know what I mean? You can make up for each other's fuck ups. So much appreciated. I appreciate you stopping by, Jackie. Much love to you. All my, like I said, all of my my links and stuff are in my description. So if you want to follow me on Facebook, and if you want to follow me on Twitter or whatever, so all my links are down there. Oh, you lost your husband? Are you widowed, or did you split up? He passed. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. How did he? I don't even want to go into how he passed, because I know that can be hard to talk about. That's terrible. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine what I would do if my wife passed on me. And you know, it's bound to happen. One of us are gonna go first, and I hope it's me. I just hope to God that it's me. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna hit the sack, get some sleep tonight. Thank you, Jackie, for stopping by. I appreciate it, and whoever else is in here, I appreciate you as well. If you are a troll or whatever, if you're somebody that dislikes me, do me a favor and hit the dislike button, because that helps as well. So much love to you guys, and I will get back at you guys tomorrow night. Jackie, we should do a live where we talk about dealing with something like that too. I think that would be a good topic to talk about. So much love to you, Jackie. be safe tonight, and I will see you tomorrow. Yes, absolutely. I will see you tomorrow. If you choose to come on my live, I will probably be live tomorrow at some point. I'm trying to crank them out as much as I can. So, thank you, Jackie. Much love to you, and I will see you soon. Peace out.